Okay, our next individual inductee is Dan Kelleher. There were no grid kid football teams in Ellensburg in the 60s. That didn't stop friends and neighborhood kids from putting together a sandlot game most weekends in Ellensburg. So began Dan Kelleher's football career. It would end as a starting wide receiver at Notre Dame, catching passes from Joe Montana. Ellensburg High School was blessed with the speed in the 20th century. Dan was the second of 3 Bulldogs to win multiple sprint titles at the state track meet. Dan won the 100, 200, and 440-yard dashes as a senior at Ellensburg High School in 1973, as well as anchoring the winning mile relay team that included Randy Prevost, Scott Carpenter, and Mark Underwood, with a school record time of 3 minutes, 22 seconds flat. Along with his exploits on the track, he also excelled on the football field, where he was the leading rusher on the undefeated and mythical state championship team in 1972. Among the state leaders in scoring that year, Dan was limited in touchdowns because the team was just too good. He rarely played in the second half of any game. That was the year before the establishment of the state championship football playoffs. Dan was a starting guard on the state championship basketball team in 1972. He received a scholarship from Notre Dame, where as a wide receiver, he caught passes from, I already told you this, Joe Montana. With individual and team state championships in 3 sports, and known by his fellow athletes for his talent, fire, and competitive nature, Dan Kelleher is arguably Ellensburg High School's finest all-around athlete. More recently, Dan has brought his experience back to the EHS campus as an assistant basketball coach for Pat Fitterer. He learned from some of the best, including playing for all 3 of tonight's Hall of Fame coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Kelleher.
Catch me if you can. Well, tonight, my deal's all about the luck of the Irish. I have to say, when I went to Notre Dame, I met my wife, Sean. Lucky day there. We have 4 wonderful kids, Riley, Maggie, Casey, and Kelleher. The accomplishments they've done, the people they've become, makes me more proud than anything I could ever do to make them proud of me. The other thing I was lucky about was I got coached and taught by the greatest track coach in Washington State history. So I was lucky that he taught me math, lucky that he coached me in track, and I was lucky he was my uncle. How else did I make the track team? Anyway, I kind of like to have fun, and that's what I think athletics should be, especially at a young age. 8-year-old, 9-year-old, junior high, you play for fun and friendship. So if you're keeping score out there tonight, put this down on your napkin. F and F and B and B. You play for fun. You go out there with your brother or your friend, and he throws a football as far as he can, and you run as fast as you can. Man, you might not have got it that time, but you're not gonna quit. So you keep chasing that ball. Pretty soon you catch up to the ball, but you might not have caught it. The next time you will. And once you catch it, you get addicted. All right? And then you keep practicing. But the great thing about playing the game is because you have teammates. I'm not going to say it's easy when you have a good team and great teammates, but it's better that way. I had a lot of great teammates. I remember when we came up out of junior high, there was a team there, a bunch of seniors, probably some juniors on that, the 1970 team that won the state championship. And there's one guy on that team that, geez, neighborhood kid, and I'm thinking, man, he's fast, but he runs hard. I'm never going to beat him out. Well, about 40 years later, you know, we've been friends. He has me calls me up and asks me to come coach basketball with him. I hear him say, well, yeah, hell yeah, I had to work harder. You were going to beat me out. And I'm looking at the other end thinking, no, I'm never going to beat him out. And that was Coach Paco Fitter. Anyway, so then I think about, how do you do what you do? Well, you do it when you got a guy lining up at fullback, like Kevin McAfee would say to me, Kelleher, just grab me by the jersey and shove me into the next guy you want, and I'll knock him down. So he was 195 pounds of dynamite. We'd line up in the I formation. I'd get the handoff going this way. Reach, grab McAfee's jersey. We'd come through the hole. Boom, he'd explode. The smoke would clear. I was at the second level, and we're looking for the goal line. That's how it went, just like that. We had another play that we made some good money with. It was called 47 pitch. I'd be lined up, we'd be in split backs, I'd be right behind Grant Craig, and I could see him, he's just itching. He wanted to get out of his stance quicker than I could. He did. Anyway, it was a quick pitch, usually to the left side probably, because it was easier to do. So he'd be right in front of me, they call a signal, boom, we're out of it, quarterback.
Oh my God.
Grant's coming down there, Grant's coming down there right there, all I need to do is freeze him for a minute, boom. Pine tree standing right there, Grant's running down there like a steel chainsaw, short stuck on, boom, cut him, he let me throw that block. That was what they called getting them out in space now. And then, yeah, I was lucky I got to play safety. You know, all I did was watch on defense. Most of them, don't let anyone behind you. This is fun. We had a middle linebacker. His name was Bink. Kind of a crazy guy. Was a state champ wrestler too. Boy, he'd hand fight. No one would block him. Never let anyone get to your legs. Never let anyone get to your legs. Fight. Come out right through the hole. Meet the running back. Boom! He wanted to knock each other out. He wanted to knock him out and himself. We had a good kickoff return. We scored a lot on kickoffs. We'd have a little reverse motion in the backfield. If I caught it, I'd take the handoff. If the other guy caught it, I'd come by and get the handoff. I can remember coming up, we'd try and run it right down the alley like this. We'd need a block coming from a big guy coming this way. And there'd be this big guy coming. He had the deal on the donut on, and he's racing like him. So I'm watching this, and I'm going, okay, if I can just get out here a little bit, slow him down there, cut like this, boom, he come across, take the guy out. Run over, touchdown. Come over to Duke Bender. Say, Duke, that's a hell of a block. He goes, Kelleher, I don't think it was the right guy, but it was as fast as I could get there. Oh, God. What fun. So it was easy to be good when you were surrounded by good players, all right? But you still had to work on the B&B. You had to be the best you could be, all right? You had to put in the hours. You had to put in the time. And the other thing was, make sure it was fun, you know? Make sure it was fun. So if you wanted to be the best you could be, you worked hard. I'm trying to think now. Well, I talked about Uncle Archie, and I had another deal with a Hall of Famer here. Coach Evans. When I was in 7th grade, I got to go over from the Catholic school to start my tackle football career as an 8th grader. Boy, oh boy, I was going to get to put on the pads. I'd scored a lot of touchdowns in the 1 mile radius of 4th and Alder, all around there. Daniel's front yard, my backyard, over here, right over here, where they put the new old school in. Man, we played every day. We played, Danny Burke brought it up tonight. We played goal line stand, him, Dave McDowell, the other big guys in the neighborhood. And we tried to score a lot of touchdowns, shoot a lot of baskets. Anyway, we padded up. went through two-a-days, man. Things were looking good, sweaty, hot. After about 5 two-a-days, and I'm just guessing. Coach Evans says, "All right, time to pick your spots. Where are you going to play?" You know. Well, I'm loving this. So we're standing back here, and he's got the line of scrimmage up there, and he yells, "Tight end Standish, left tackle Bender, left guard Bosch, center Snebley, right guard Kelleher." So I go down and kneel down there, and for some reason I blanked out where the other guys were. Well, anyway, we always had dinner together as a family. There was only 7 boys and 2 girls in the family. But we always waited for my dad to get home. So we were sitting at the table, and it was weird. Anybody who knew my dad knows he didn't say much. You know, if my mom said, "Hey, how was your day, Joe?" If the wind blew, he'd say windy. If it rained, he'd say wet. If it was sunny, he said hot. For some reason that night he looks over at Jim, and Jim was on the 9th grade team right then. "How'd practice go today, boys?" Jim was pretty pumped up, man. Coach Evans picked him for quarterback, and he was down to play quarterback. It's pretty good. I'm thinking, wow. Pops was asking about this, I don't even have to bring it up. "How about you, Dan?" I said, "I'm offensive guard." He says, "You'd be the best damn guard you can be." That's all I hope I've ever been.